Guess who's back? Hello, YouTube channel. I guess my YouTube channel. Sorry, my hair's. I had a haircut recently. I'm not sure if you know that. Lockdown and the barbers were shut in the UK and around the world. Hello. This has been. I haven't done this in talk to the camera and to my subscribers and my community and since I left hospital last year. It's almost been a whole year since I haven't uploaded a YouTube video. It's been interesting and strange, I suppose. I had a lot of time to reflect, and I just want to sort of say that I'm sorry to all the people I've hurt and the things I've said to people in general that I met, before I went to hospital, because prior to that I was manic and, I was just acting, I don't want to, find excuses, but sometimes when you're in that manic state, you when you look back, you think, what the hell I was saying and thinking was a bit irrational, it's just, so I just want to say sorry to all the people I've hurt and, said things that I didn't necessarily mean to, harsh things that weren't necessary, uncalled for. I left off hospital. Obviously, I didn't really want to talk about what happened after. It was a bit of a hard time after, especially after you leave. You just feel really strange. But I went back to university. And I found a job, which I was still working at Holland Barrett, if you not know. But I found another job. I was working 2 jobs and I was doing uni. I've submitted all my work for my first year and it went well. I'm waiting for the official results, but I did pretty well. I got like 68, 69 in most of my modules this semester. So why haven't I uploaded? People have been asking me what happened. I literally disappeared off social media. And I suppose this is a weird time to upload a video during, pandemics, riots in America and UK, and this sort of social chaos and disorder. Public order has gone down. I've been playing a lot of this old strategy game, Rome 2, and that me and my dad always played the first game when I was a kid, and it's sort of like this strategy game where you play as these factions from sort of the Roman Empire time, and you can, there's like diplomacy and international relations. It's quite an interesting game. It's really fascinating. I've been playing a lot of hours of it, to be honest with you. So, and I just, I guess you've heard the beginning. I was playing, I started to play guitar recently. I took it up in January, and I've been, learning chords and with this app. Or it's not the best thing, obviously. A music teacher would be more preferable. Because I used to see a teacher when I was a kid in Ukraine, and I used to play, and I really loved it. And it's just nice to, do your passions again and your hobbies, and it's really nice, and it's just so fun playing the guitar, especially you play some tunes that you really like Metallica or some Coldplay songs or something like that. Stuff you used to listen to when you were a kid. Anyway, let's get back on the track. So I guess this is like a goodbye, maybe. I don't know. I just felt like the reason I got off social media is just because I got sick and tired of it. It never. I mean, it did bring me some good, but it brought a lot of negative things. It did sort of decline my mental state. I felt like it maybe triggers my, the bipolar. I don't really know, but I just felt like getting away from Instagram, and I actually deleted Facebook. I mean, I haven't deleted my account, but I just deleted the app on my phone, and I just been, focused on, studying and working. That's all I've been doing really all this time, and I suppose it hadn't, gave me time to reflect and just be a more calm person in general. Because honestly, social media is so toxic. I mean, there's really good communities out there, but even in the good communities, there's a lot of toxicity and negativity, and I feel like there's no room for. I mean, there is, but I just feel like in a lot of the social media, like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, there's a lot of negativity and toxicity, and there's not enough room for rational, clear-headed debate, where all of the sides are listened to and, facts and information and reason are used. And I just feel like we're living in the 21st century, and the younger generation just, in their 30s, even people in their 50s and 40s and 20s and, early years don't want to listen to reason and logic and argument and facts, and they just react negatively. And it's a really strange time we live in when people get angry about, you know, statistics or something. It's just, you know, a lot of people are easily brainwashed and controlled, and I just feel like, you know, if you look at social media, it's just another tool for, you know, social engineering, you know, making people behave. You know, these governments and these corporations, they want certain people to behave in certain ways, and I suppose it's a strange time to upload a YouTube video, you know, and yeah, it's a strange time we live in, I suppose, and I just don't want to be a part of it. I just want to, you know, sit down and, you know, read my books and do my university and do my job and just be at peace, you know. I don't want to be a part of this at the moment. But I mean, obviously, I'm very grateful for this YouTube channel. It's been a real pleasure, and it's been a bit of a nightmare at the same time. But you know, the reason I stopped doing it, and also, it's just I stopped enjoying it. You know, it's just not something that I had passion for, and you know, making YouTube videos. It was fun, you know, and just letting my creative side out, because I was never really a creative person. So, you know, stuff like playing guitar and, you know, uploading YouTube videos was sort of that, you know. And it's just, I was doing it for fun, you know, and to build a community, to inspire people to go plant-based, you know, the vegan lifestyle for the win, you know, despite so many of these vegan YouTubers, so many of them, you know, it's been 5 years since I've been, I think, was it 2020? Yeah, it's been, so I went vegan in August, so it'll be 5 years, and it's just this. And I've seen so many YouTubers go, and these you know, all went back to eating meat, and I would sort of understand if you weren't vegetarian, because I mean, I wouldn't understand if you like eat eggs or, you know, buy milk or eggs or dairy in ridiculous amounts. But I wouldn't, you know, I can't understand once you made that connection, you were the animal, you know. It's this living creature, and once you see it in the shop, it's just this packaged, neatly packed dead animal that sells for like $2.50 or something, like, you know, like £4 or £5. You know, I just can't. I don't understand how these ex-vegans could do it. I mean, and honestly, if you look at most of them, they either restrict calories, and they find excuses, but it's really an excuse. If you do it properly, you know, you'll find vegans who've been 20 years, 30 years, and they're healthy as hell, and they do incredible amounts of, you know, physical activity and sports, you know. And a lot of these ex-vegans, they restricted, they done a bunch of different diets, and it's just, you know, I mean, look at me, I've ballooned, you know, I've gained quite a bit of weight. I was in hospital, but partially to the medicine, you know, and unfortunately I'm still taking it, you know. It's just a deal with my mum and my parents, and I don't really want to take it, but you know, I felt like I decided, I'll finish university and then I'll decide if I want to. I mean, it's definitely not good for you, any medication, unless it's like, you know, supplements, but yeah, definitely I've gained a lot of weight. I mean, I've been doing running and stuff like that with my mum and cycling, but, you know, and I've been eating relatively healthy. I mean, I eat quite a bit of vegan junk food now and there, but definitely when I was in hospital, I didn't eat that much food, you know. I ate quite a bit, but I exercised, but I still gained a ton of weight from this medication, so, you know. But anyway, it's just the people, these ex-vegans, they find excuses. I really don't want to get into it, and it's just they all left, and it's so weird to see so many, like Tofu Timmy, you know, who works in a slaughterhouse. He went vegan, but now he's back to eating. I don't, you know, they've never made that connection fully. Like, I could never buy meat ever in my life again. Like, honestly, it's just the thought of it just makes me sick, really. So I just want to thank everyone who subscribed, who commented, you know, over the years, and I'm sorry for the people I've hurt and said things. I mean, you know, I've hurt them, and I really apologize sincerely. I'm still young, and I'm still learning, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but this is just my point of view, so I hope you take it with an open mind and heart. And, you know, I just, I don't know, I just don't feel like uploading YouTube videos. You know, it's something that, I mean, I'm sure there's room for, you know, thoughtful discussions and with my subscribers, and perhaps interesting topics that we can discuss, but I just feel like it's not something that I'm enjoying at the moment. I'd rather just, you know, watch all the university lectures and read some books and whatever, and play guitar and play some Rome. This video, Rome 2 is called. It's a great game. So yeah, I just want to thank you. Maybe this is goodbye. I don't know. It's been a whole year since I've uploaded any YouTube videos, and it might seem a bit weird timing, I guess. Um, it's a weird time we live in. With all the protests and stuff, and yeah, it's a strange time we live in. Because I just feel like the Western society, they just think the whole world revolves around them. With this whole Black Lives Matter thing. What I can say is I believe in equality and peace, not just for black people, but for animals too, and if you can't treat animals with respect and dignity, these innocent animals have never done anything to you, and you just package it. It's basically Holocaust on a grand scale of these sentient beings. And if you can't treat animals with respect, then you're never gonna be able to treat other races with respect and whatever. It's just a strange concept that we still have to, talk about, or we just can't treat people based on, their actions and their character. That's how I go. It's just I treat everyone equally. I mean, there's implicit bias, but I always try to give every single person the utmost respect, unless their character is unpleasant, and regardless of their race, I'm just gonna, if they have a bad character, I'm just gonna distance myself from those people. So, I've met bad people from all sorts of races. So, and I guess regarding this whole thing, it's just strange that America and England, the UK and Europe, they think the whole world revolves around them. There's every single day, kids in Africa or Asia, die from starvation. Nobody protests. Nobody talks about how these corporations, and animal agriculture causes death and starvation and or even easily treatable diseases, which we as a Western society could, Peter Singer talks about this. We could donate all this money, set up a fund to treat these, easily treatable diseases that can be treated in the West, that a lot of people every day die. But nobody wants to talk about that, nobody wants to talk about serious issues that on a bigger scale of things. Sure, police brutality is an issue, but on a grand scheme of things, there's bigger fish to fry, so to speak. Don't fry any fish, though. It's a sentient being, but you know what I mean. And I just think, it's just Western society. They're just so selfish and self-absorbed that they need to look at bigger pictures. So I'll give you. I mean, this might be a long video, but because I go on these ramblings and topics, and it's quite disorganized, but I'm just keeping it real and talking from the heart, I suppose. But I was doing a module, international relations, and we're doing poverty and stuff like that. And there's this one theory by Peter Singer, and there's another one where, the society that sort of has the capacity to help these countries without much sacrifice should do it. That's what Peter Singer believes, and he does it. He donates like 10% of his income to charities, which is commendable. Most celebrities don't even do that. You know what I mean? Most celebrities, 10% of their income. Most billionaires and most people don't do that. But every day, kids die from starvation. And it's funny, because governments and corporations, they want to divide people, It's just so much easier to make money, to bringing in laws that are awful, So there's always been this race for, and it's intentional, This divide and this whole. There's this song by KRS-One. Well, it's not by KRS-One. It's a hip hop song in the 90s, and I think the line goes something like, black and white is not the issue or something like that. It's the whole race thing, the black and whites, but it's the corporations, corporations taking back education, making these herds, these people just uneducated. If you go in America and find a public library or something like that, find a public library, a decent public library where you can educate yourself. It's all about these corporations. They control the world, they run the world, and the government's got nothing to say, when it comes to police brutality, it's people abusing their authority, it's I don't support, and I think no rational human would support, abuse of power, and it's awful what happens to people, It's all about, fair trial, and yeah, I haven't got much to say about police brutality because I haven't researched it myself, so I don't really know. But one thing is clear, that the society has always, divide and conquer. That's what Julius Caesar said, divide and conquer. And that's what they've always been doing. They've always been dividing people because the election is coming up. In 2016, the Black Lives Matter came in before the election, divide people. And then it's election time again, and the interesting thing about the actual movement, not this, because Black Lives Matter as a statement itself is a great statement. But if you look at the movement, if you go on their official website, it's run by very strange people, these like lesbians, and I don't have a problem with the lesbians, but these three black lesbians, and their mission, goals, and statements are very strange to the actual name of the organization, And if you look at who are the sponsors, like George Soros, who's a real bad character, a billionaire who's been, funding people, and he's just strange. And the heads of the Black Lives Matter organization are these Marxists, these left-wing extremists. And I know a thing about left-wing extremists because my family grew up in the Soviet Union, and I wrote a few things about the Russian Revolution that really shows how bad left-wing can be, but right-wing can be also pretty bad as well. So it's one of the things you have to be in the center, or not even the center, but somewhere along reasonable lines. And this video's gone on too long, I suppose. This is like a goodbye, I guess. So I don't know. I'm not going to be uploading new videos, but I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. Sorry, I suppose, for hurting people's feelings. No, not hurting feelings, but saying things that I really didn't intend to during my sort of manic stages. And I just want to say thank you for supporting me, for everyone, vegan, non-vegan, whatever, anyone who's supported me, messaged me or, inspired me, I suppose. And I really appreciate it. I had a great time and not so great time, that's life. It goes up and down, that's how it goes, I suppose. But I just want to say thank you. And stay safe out there. Keep it carb, baby. The vegan message. I suppose this was the whole problem with my channel, is it's just going so many different topics. But the main message will always be, keep it carb. Whole food, plant-based for the win. The vegan lifestyle is the best lifestyle on the planet. I still believe that to my heart. You just feel like you're part of this world, and you're trying your best to live in harmony with nature. It's not always possible because, when a human is born, there's always going to be, we're very strange creatures. We're always going to have a negative effect on this planet, but the best we can do is minimize it, and live healthy and fit and just love nature. I'm not a big fan of humans, it's human civilization in general. I just love animals, Animals, they're, you can learn a lot from them, they're peaceful, they don't take more than they're needed, they're not greedy like human society is. Sure, nature is cruel, but it's fair, fair. I don't know if it is fair or not, but at least the animals, they don't take more than is needed, they don't try to destroy where they live for money or some superficial thing, they don't take more than is needed, all they want is to survive, to live a happy life. That's it, that's simple. And I wish humans would strive to do that, but they want more and more, and that's probably the faults of our civilization, and that will be our downfall, greed and lust for power and just anger and but anyway, I digress. I just want to thank you, and have a good summer, I guess, whatever's left of it. The whole Corona thing. Good luck with that, I guess. That's another topic, I suppose. But thank you, and have a good day. All right, Ivan the Vegan. Peace out. All right, stay sexy, stay hungry, carb the fuck up, and go vegan. Yep, that's it. Goodbye, world. My final message. Take care.